Ladies and gentlemen, because we're here today, really started with one man. His name is Jim Isbell. And Jim Isbell started this last year, and then he got together and we did one on the 17th, 2 days after taxes. And Jim has a few things to say. And without Jim, believe me, we would not be here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Isbell.
See what I'm talking to here. I want to welcome you all here today. This is our third Tea Party, and each one gets bigger, and this one has gotten bigger than the last one, and that's good. More people are listening to us now than were a year ago. A year ago, we were just Bible-thumping, gun-toting radicals. Well, we're more than that now. We are mainstream, and that scares the hell out of them. We're going to have, I've got to move here. We're going to have another Tea Party in October, and before I get on into what I'm going to say, I want to invite you to come back in October. It will probably be about October 16th, whatever the Saturday after Columbus Day is. Columbus Day is on the 12th, and I think that's Tuesday, so on the following Saturday we're going to have another Tea Party. It may be right here, or it may be back over on the bay where our first two Tea Parties were, and I want to invite you to come to that. We're gathered here today to celebrate the birthday of our nation 234 years ago. We are also asked to stand here and witness the slow murder of our nation by poisoning. Today we have a president who says, and I will quote, "Information is a distraction." That's right, he says information is a distraction. And I wonder if that's what Joseph Goebbels was thinking in March 10th, 1933, when he started burning books in Berlin. Information is a distraction. I wonder if our president is planning on setting fire to the internet so that we won't be distracted by truth, by information. We're here today listening to a president that says, at some point you've made enough money. At some point you've made... I want to know, has anybody here made enough money? You got any extra left over? I think I heard a yes out there, and I want to tell the person that said yes, bring it up here and set it down here. I can guarantee you that I will spend it better than President Obama will. But I wonder if those were the thoughts of Karl Marx in the spring of 1848 when he penned the Communist Manifesto, and he said, "From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs." That sounds an awful lot like redistribution to me. That sounds about like what our president is talking about. Now I think he may be thinking that if you've got a little extra, he's going to come take it away from you and give it to somebody else. And I don't think that's what we want.
Yeah.
We're at a time when our president says, give grandma a pill so she won't feel the pain. And I will add some words here, while we don't give her the treatment she needs because she's too old to be relevant. Now I wonder if that's what Joseph Mengele, the Nazi angel of death, was thinking when he started planning in 1933 for Buchenwald, Dachau, and the other concentration camps, which were originally intended for the elderly, for the infirm, for the mentally ill, and for the handicapped. That's what the angel of death had in mind for those camps. Later, they were modified to imprison Jews and kill them. I just don't think those thoughts are the kinds of thoughts that would have been acceptable in 1776 when our nation was founded. Our nation's founders were people who pledged their property, their lives, and their sacred honor for the foundation of this country. Today, we have people who will sacrifice their sacred honor in order to hang on to their property and their precious assets. These are people who want to preserve their life and their house rather than our country. We don't need people like that. What we need today are people who will go out and join politics for the reason of defending our Constitution. We want people who don't care if it costs them their lives or if it costs them their fortune. Today we have people in foreign countries, young men and women on foreign lands, who are dying. They are giving their lives for the freedoms that we have, for the freedom that I have to stand here before you and criticize my government without fear of being arrested. Right at this moment, there may be somebody dying in a foreign country so that I can stand here and talk. That breaks my heart. It does. It breaks my heart. But if and sit in front of the TV set and ignore what's going on, we would be denying their work. We would be saying they died in vain. Their death would be worthless if we do not take advantage of the freedoms that they're dying for. Today, we need people who will vote for the Constitution. We need to elect politicians who will defend the Constitution, not those who will desecrate it. There are some options. We have two flags here, this yellow Gadsden flag and the white flag, which is called the Gonzales flag. The Dresden flag was the first flag of our United States in 1775, 1 year before the Declaration of Independence. It flew over 4 small ships that the second congressional, second congressional Congress. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. They put together these 4 ships as a navy to go out to sea to protect our shores from the British invasion. Not too different from the thousands of ships we got going out from our shores right now to protect us from British petroleum. That flag was the first flag of our nation, and we should vote to defend that flag. This flag over here on the right, Gonzales flag, flew over the fort at Gonzales, Texas. Just before Texas became a republic, the Mexicans had loaned a 4-pounder, a cannon, to the people in Gonzales to defend their city against the Indians around there. After war began to break out between Mexico and Texas, a Mexican delegation came to Gonzales to get that cannon back. They wanted their cannon back. They did not realize that it was going to be turned on them. And the people at Gonzales put up this flag that says, "Come and take it." Now that star, that 1 star on the Gonzales flag, may be the first time that the Lone Star was used on a Texas flag. This flag gives us an option. If in November we're not able to stem this tide, if we're not able to go in and cut out this evil cancer that is cutting into our government, then we have an option, and that's secession. Now, there are many here who will say, oh, secession, that's something Texas can do because it's in the works, it's in the paper. Well, it's not. That's a myth. Texas has no more right to secede than any other state in the nation. There are no documents granting Texas the right to secede. However, the Constitution grants us that right. The Constitution of the United States designates all the powers that the federal government should have. And the 10th Amendment states that all powers not delegated to the federal government remain with the individual states. The Constitution does not mention secession. Therefore, we in Texas, the people in Maine, the people in California, have the right to secede from the nation peacefully just by stating that they want to do it. In fact, the Civil War was an illegal war started by the North because the South had every right to secede. That is their right under the Constitution and the 10th Amendment, which grants states' rights. But instead they had to fight for it, and they lost. But it was an illegal war by an out-of-control president. Now, I don't think we should secede. We have a lot of options that we could. I think we could probably get away with it. We've got most of the oil, most of the refineries. We've got 3 high-tech centers in Houston, Austin, and Dallas. We've got lots of agricultural industry and shrimping industries, fishing industries. Well, we did for a while, but with this oil coming ashore, that's kind of limited, but it'll be back. So maybe we could secede. Maybe not. One of the things I thought about when I got thinking about this was that if we did, we wouldn't have Medicare and Social Security. But I got thinking about it. We would. Medicare and Social Security are designed so that the beneficiaries can move to a foreign country and collect their benefits. And if that foreign country happened to be the Republic of Texas, we could still collect our Social Security and our Medicare benefits. Now, I do not think that that would be terribly useful if the United States is bankrupt, which it might be if we continue on the course we're on now. And I do not propose that we should secede from the nation, because we owe everybody else in the nation, our fellow citizens, we owe them a fight. We should get in there and fight in November. We should get in there and fight to reverse this evil trend in our government. And if we don't, we're just abandoning everybody else when we secede, and that we shouldn't do that. I think that we should be praying to our God, to your God, to your God, and to your God, to the God of every religion. We should be praying that God will bless America this November. God bless America.